Greetings, and welcome back to the MCOC Encyclopedia. You thought we were done? Not even close. Rank Ups Part 2. In the previous video, we were ranking up our defenders, but now it's time to rank some champions we actually get to use. First up, we're looking at the Cosmic class. We've got many good options, but the one we're going for today is Angela, and she is going from rank 3 all the way to rank 5, and we will also be taking her to SIG 200. I have a large amount of Mystic ISO here, and I'm just debating whether I should actually use it, and I decide not to, and then I decide I'm just going to use it anyway. We're not ranking any Mystics today, so I don't need it right here and now, and ranking Angela 6 bricks at a time would take forever. Luckily for us, we have a whole stack of Cosmic ISO to get through, so ranking her even from 3 to 5 shouldn't be too much of an issue. So all the way up to level 40 now, and we're going to keep pushing. Why are we ranking Angela? Well, firstly, she's just a beast and does not get enough love. If you want to see a full Angela video, I'm more than happy to do that if there's the requests for it. But also she is tactic this season, which means she can benefit against the auto blockers and evaders that the defense will be throwing down. Here we need just 200 more ISO, and I'm not throwing in a full 5k brick to get it, so I'm just hunting for something a little bit smaller. In the end, we sort of give up and go, I filtered by basic, but for some reason it's still showing cosmic, but there we go. So we grab a few of those little bricks, and now we can throw those in. 1, 2, 3, in they go. And that's rank 4 Angela. So as I was saying, she is tactic, which means she can benefit from the attacker tactic. This gives additional benefits whenever you gain a buff, or as your hits go up on the combo meter. Angela does both, so she will be doing very, very well. She's also not exactly immune, but can get round pretty much any damaging debuff in the game, which is a really powerful ability on her signature, and she can do it right from the start of the fight if you give her the Odin pre-fight buffs. And she has an excellent synergy with Odin, which lets her ramp up throughout the quest for every fight the team has won. It doesn't even need to be her or Odin. If there's a third person on the team, they will also ramp up Odin and Angela. Now this is really, really good, particularly in war when you need a lot of flexibility. So if we brought Angela and, say, Odin for the synergy and the buffs, stick her on Path 9, that's 4 fights right there, so you take Path 9 Section 1, Path 9 Section 2, she can completely ignore all of the damaging buffs, or debuffs, so that's not a worry at all, as long as they don't put anyone there, say, like Dragon Man, because then, as she places armor breaks on her special attacks, and Dragon Man degens you when he's armor broken. So she's at SIG 120 now, which is pretty good, but we're going to take her all the way up to SIG 200. 40 Cosmic Stones, and 40 Generic Stones. So we've taken 4 fights on Path 1.9 and 2.9, then we could take 3 minis in the main section, so in Section A, maybe you could take the Regen mini, say Jessica Jones is a common placement there, you take that with Archangel, it doesn't matter, it's the team. We'll come back to that in a second, as we're now doing our second champion, and that is Magneto. One of the best buffs a champion's ever got, from absolute dud tier, all the way up to a really solid champion. Just throwing in the rest of the Cosmic ISO there, and time to go grab some Mutant ISO. So, got a lot of signs there. Oh. Yeah, so we're running quite low on Mutant ISO, so time for an impromptu opening. We'll just be opening 4 stars and 5 stars here, and luckily for us, it's almost like it was planned. It's skill and mutant day. So we get 1 mutant there, 1 skill, which isn't great. We want to see as many mutants as possible out of these dual class crystals. So we've got a couple of 4 stars there, but let's open up, say, 5 stars as well, just to try and get the extra ISO we need. That's 3, 4, and 5. Let's see what we get out of here. So that's skill, mutant, skill, mutant, skill. So 2 sets of rocks, hopefully that'll be enough, plus the one we got before, so that's 3 sets of 24 rocks, so for 72 total. Hopefully that should be enough. Let's go find out. The 5-star Cade's not bad either, never turned down a new champion. So as I was saying, that's now 5 fights taken with the team. On Mini Island 2, maybe we could use Archangel against the Root Node as well, or we could bring Mags. Last war in the off-season actually, on Island 1, there's a Power Snack Mini that had a Baron Zemo on it, took him with Mags. So that would be 5 fights. On the second island, the Root Mini, you could take someone there with Mags, he does very well there as well. And then, on the third island, those are all hazard shift fights, so Angela could take any of those. So now we're up to, 7 fights total. And there are 1, 2, 3 fights available for anyone on the boss island. So going into the boss, you could be already looking at a 10-fight ramp-up, and that is massive for Angela. The synergy with Odin gives her 5% buff potency for every fight the team has won, and at this point I've just given up on using Mutant, I'm just using basic ISO. So that's 50% buff potency going into that last fight. That is huge, especially given it counts for all buffs. So it counts for her armours, her regens, and her aptitudes, which increases her other buffs even more. You've got a synergy increasing the buffs, which increase other buffs. The last champion we're going for is Null, and we don't have enough T6 Cosmic. So I'm going to grab one there. Unfortunately that's not enough, so we have to grab a second one from the Battleground store, but hopefully that should be enough for our third rank up for today. He's only going to rank 2 because I'm not getting another rank 3 for quite some time. Smiling Korg sitting at the top of the roster there, or nearly. And that's just enough to take him to rank 2. I love his rank up animation. He looks so good. He goes for sort of the power pose and the sword swipe. There you go. Power pose, sword swipe. Really cool. Null in general is just very well animated. Art team don't miss, as Kabam say. Why are we ranking up Null? Well, he fulfills a similar role to Angela, but similar but different. He has a semi-unique ability to remove armours off the opponent, but without using armour breaks or nullifiers, none of the traditional means. Whenever he applies his Living Abyss debuffs, so that's off his medium attacks or his heavy attacks, he can also just remove an armour up buff from the champion he's attacking or defending, and replace it with one of his own Living Abyss buffs or debuffs. And there's Null, all the way, ranked up. Having the ability to remove buffs in a unique manner means there's very, very few ways for champions to counter it. For example, Red Skull is Nullify Fate still stagger immune, but no one's Living Abyss immune. So that's why he's going up for Path 2.3 primarily. So, there we have it. We're now all prepared for the next Alliance War season. Ish. I do want to rank 2 Chielth as well, 7-star Chielth I pulled recently, but I don't have the skill catalyst, not even close, given that we've just ranked up Korg as well. So she'll be going up at some point, but not soon. Coming tomorrow, we've got a rank 2 7-star OG Storm showcase, and she is absurd. Genuinely left me speechless. I really recommend sticking around and watching that video. It is mind-blowing. I cannot understand how she's so underrated as a 7-star. I don't even know what to say, just watch the video when it comes out tomorrow. Next week, we'll be back to Act 7, 713 should be coming, and after that, we'll have to see. We might just continue straight into 714, 715 and so on, or we might stop off as we've been doing more recently, and exploring other areas of the contest. Haven't decided yet, feel free to let me know what you think down below. I do have a Discord server, so feel free to join that. A great place to get specific advice, make suggestions for future video topics, and, as always, while I'm awake, I do my best to be there as much as possible. If you have any questions, please do leave them down below, and please do all the YouTube stuff. Thank you, and I will see you next time.